What they did is worse than what the MAGA Mimas did when they blindly walked in confused. So,
and Tim Pool's description of what happened on this day is, oh, a bunch of Mimas were just let in, and then those evil cops want to put them in prison for simply trespassing. This is them trespassing.
Priority. We just had protesters. T circle, breach the line. We need backup.
This is them on the radio, right? This is not some politician saying stuff on stage. This is them on the radio crying out for help. The line has been breached. We need backup. Does that sound like cops just letting the Mimas in? Look at all these Mimas, just confused. These are confused people just wandering around, right? Look at the Mimas wearing body armor and tactical gear, knee pads, military boots. These are just a bunch of Mimas being let in by the cops. This is nothing compared to Coburg comedians trying to record funny videos of Boebert's office.
Madam Speaker, the Vice President and the United States Senate.
We're going to give riot warnings. As soon as the apparatus here, we're going to give riot warnings.
So these are the Mimas, once again, just being let in by the cops, right? If this is an uncomfortable truth for you, you're going to ignore all of this savage violence and intense assault on these police officers, and you're going to focus on one little shot over here where it seems like some cops let in. That's all you want to talk about. Oh, the cops, they let him in, 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 they let him in. Let's not talk about this. Let's ignore this. Right? So imagine someone who didn't watch all the footage and they go and they watch Tim Pool, and Tim Pool says, oh, the cops just let him in. And that's your only source of information is listening to Tim Pool. So all you know about what happened on January 6th is, oh, the cops just let them in. It was a bunch of Mimas confused. This is absolutely disgusting behavior that we get from these greedy left-wing and right-wing partisans on YouTube and in corporate media that care about nothing else other than their own self-interests. How much attention and views and money can I make from taking advantage of my audience that I think is too stupid to think for themselves, to look into things themselves, that they're just going to allow me to sort of lead them wherever I want them to? Wow.
You're compliant, but this is now effectively a riot.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
5 to 50, be advised.
You see right here, right? This is the cops just letting them in.
Capitol Police 1 advised they're trying to breach and get to the Capitol.
Yeah, copy.
They see these. What you just saw is the cops letting them in so they could go in and do craziness so that they could make Trump supporters look bad. That's what you just saw. That's all set up. These cops that got assaulted and ended up in the hospital, they did this so that Trump supporters could look bad. Right. Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. They are massively overwhelmed. I don't see how they could possibly hold the line. But yet in that moment, they're still not retreating. This is exactly the kind of thing that many conservatives, you can see like they have this sort of infatuation with. Honor, right? The founding fathers, the Constitution, patriotism, America. What could be more honorable than these officers massively overwhelmed and being assaulted and pelted, concussions? I don't see any way that they could hold this line. And in that moment, rather than being a coward like the Uvalde cops, they're still fighting. Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. But listen to Jackson Hinkle and Tim Pool. Oh, they just let them in.
We're trying to make our way through all this. We have a breach of the Capitol. Breach of the Capitol.
These are the mimas. These are the mimas coming in, confused.
To the upper level.
And you hear the sound of the voice of the police officer, right? This is all a setup. Yeah, he's just acting like he's scared and, oh my goodness, they're breaching the Capitol. This is all theater, right?
Jack, be advised, they're requesting additional resources on the east side as they've broken into that window and they're trying to kick it in.
Without objection, the chair declares the House in recess pursuant to Clause 12B of Rule 1.
My kids didn't have the courage. Accurate ones, which they were at.
Remember that video where we saw the tours that they claimed they weren't doing before January 6th? Right? And the video came out showing they actually were tours, and one of the guys that were giving the tours was making threats to Nancy Pelosi and AOC and had a flag with a spear on it type of thing and making a motion like he's going to stab someone. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that Tim Pool would love to talk about, of course, if it's supported the GOP. If there was a Democrat with a flag with a spear on the end and saying, ooh, I'm coming for Boebert, right? Tim Pool would love this. The left is out of control. Look at this. They're openly saying this stuff and this and that and that. And they try to talk about how the right, that we're the ones that are this and white supremacy is did. But look at what they're doing. Look, he's openly saying that basically it's like an assassination attempt. Oh my goodness. This is insane. This is why I left the left. We have someone on the right who's doing the exact same thing. All of a sudden, no interest at all whatsoever. Bull has no interest at all whatsoever. Take a look at this. So there was a recent story. This is just happening now. Colbert team arrested on the Capitol grounds taking photos. Look at who's on top of this, right? All the people hiding from the hearings don't want to talk about it, don't want to talk about the substance. They want to deflect and, they're using it for politics. And they want to talk about everything else except for the substance of what's being discussed. All of a sudden, I haven't seen Crowder, Shapiro. These guys like to do that breakdown and debunking and analysis and point by point. They said this and then that. I don't see that, right? They just pretending like it's not happening, deflecting, talking about other stuff. All of a sudden, now there's interest. Now we have 1 million views 15 hours ago. Jesse Waters, Stephen Colbert employees arrested for breaching the Capitol building. Now the left is doing an insert. Look at this. For Stephen Colbert, so Tim Pool, one of the top ones on this. Breached Capitol, aided by Adam Schiff. Arrested. Right? First non-right wing, CBS Los Angeles. Interested to see what their coverage is versus the right wing. Here we have Tim Cass again, a second video. All of a sudden, again, the hearing's going on, no interest. He doesn't even want to cover it critically. They're like, well, they're doing this, but look at what they're saying. This guy is taking photos. He's not actually taking photos. No, he doesn't even want to talk about this stuff. GOP media, GOP doesn't want their viewers to look at the hearings, to know what's being discussed. They want them distracted. News didn't even do commercial breaks. They cover it, don't show the evidence, right? They hide a lot of stuff. Give any commercial breaks so you can't go to the other channels that are showing the stuff that they're hiding. That's how desperate they are to hide this stuff. You have folks on the right that are still defending it and playing all kind of games and it's a political theater and whatever. If it's political theater, why is Fox News going through so much effort to suppress it? Show the theater. Show how ridiculous these people look. If that's what you think it is, it's nonsensical. It's a circus. Expose the circus. Show it on your channel. Let people see how ridiculous it is, which will help your cause. Right? Is the need to hide it from your viewers, unless it's something that is problematic for your side. All of a sudden, Tim Cass making multiple videos. Mr. Obvious jumps in. Journos arrested at the Capitol. Black conservative perspective. I don't do identity politics. As a black man, I don't do identity politics. That's why I call myself black conservative. Anyway, Deaf Noodles H.A. Goodman, of course. Oh, my goodness. Producers detained and spent the night in jail for criminal acts in a government building. Oh, my goodness. Brian Craig, Common Sense Show. How do you all jump and get excited about this? But when the Capitol hearings are going on, you're hiding from it. You don't want to talk about it. What is the game that is being played here? Why is it that it's so happens to be this coincidence that right-wing media is doing exactly what the Republican Party wants them to do? Why is right-wing, supposedly independent media so aligned with the establishment Republican Party? Explain that one. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well. And we're going to see how long it takes for left-wing media to cover this story. Are they going to do what the right-wing media does? Wait until more information comes out so they can cover this, not just to cover it, but to the right.